for us.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. We started recording. So you're ready to play, and this will be good for us to be able to talk about what we're looking at. Okay? Thank you so much.
Subbu, you can start screen sharing.
Perfect. Yeah, for the region, we're supporting commercial activities for Sage and Peachtree and a bunch of other accounting platforms. And so we've actually got like a bunch of awards over there in the Middle East for this stuff. When Richard did the stuff for the Crown Prince, you know, they won't let him bring anything that he has. So they're like, they have to procure it on their own. So you just say, this is like, he presents a toolbox, and then they go and they get their own version of the tools. Right, yeah, and then he brings the software, and they go get their own version of the software. And so basically, it's very interesting. There we go.
All right.
Perfect.
Subbu is getting ready. We are working remotely, right? That is why.
Yes, it's easy. It's easy. We love you guys, and we're so grateful for everything that's been going on. So this is the Dream Machine right here. So you can actually look at. And so a couple of the things that we want to make sure that we do as we move closer to production is that someone should be able to add in their own version of a dream. So it should be a combo drop or text, because it's their dream, it's not our dream. And so, and then we want to be able to have 3 prices. We want to be able to have the MSRP, the market value, and then we also want to be able to have the sale price. So that's more accurate. Then
we can do it along with KBB and Zillow.com.
Yes, yeah, you got it. You got it.
So this is the basic structure, okay? This is main part.
Mm-hmm.
All the other things will be easy hereafter.
Yes, perfect. So you can build a dream board, like, what do you imagine?
Okay, it looks like, so okay, let me show first with that skills of certification list, okay?
Okay.
Once Subbu joins, we can start with the EOR app.
Sure.
I'm sharing my screen now.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
I can.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Bob, regarding skills of certification, see, so all these courses, whatever it is, whole thing has been imported to Shopify.
Yes. Oh, wonderful. Perfect.
Yeah. Let me explain one thing. See, here is that course in credential sheet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Post.
Well, you're just showing us. Yeah, you're just showing us now.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So almost 103 certification courses was there. After removing duplicates, almost 90 certification courses are there now.
Okay, and is that all of the? That's all the 8570.1M classes. So it's all of the A plus and Net plus and Security plus.
It is so hard to match all those things because here they are not maintaining taxonomies, right? So what we did, we scrapped all the courses regardless of whatever it is in IIT or something there. Okay. All the 90 certification have been imported now. So no filter, nothing.
Okay. All right. And then we'll sort through that. Now, because we're using Shopify, we can upload the 250,000 classes into Shopify, and it doesn't hurt us, right?
Those things are tiny, little video courses. It won't worth $9,000. That is why we have not imported it.
Okay.
So someone need to shout out, and if you give, if your team give us a list of courses need to be integrated, we can do it manually.
Okay. All right.
So no automations is there. We are doing it manually. Keep it in mind.
Okay. We'll have Berkeley scrub through that list.
Yeah, please. And also, John not said that job CSV import.
Mm-hmm.
We need to import that jobs also.
Okay.
Okay. So this is regarding Skillsoft courses.
Mm-hmm.
And so for now, what we did, we are having Dream Machine and what kind of genius here under this services menu group.
Good.
If you tell us where to move, we can move it. Previously,
Okay.
we had it under about us. If you want, you can move it under jobs.
Okay, great. Yeah, but we want to make sure that we're registering new users before that we give them access to tools.
Yeah,
That
it is
way we
already
track
there.
them and it goes to their profile.
Yeah, it is already there. These both links will serve as lead capture mechanism. So once they finish Dream Machine or IQ test, we will capture their email and name, and we will create the account under candidate users.
Cool.
Okay. If they are not directly landing to these pages, means like if they are coming to a job, then IQ test and Dream Machine will be a part of a stage, internal stage. They will be directed to attend those IQ tests there.
Good. And then with regard to that IQ assessment, I've got probably 35 other assessments that we're getting ready to load. And so, being able to add in, is there a manager for being able to add in new quizzes or assessments?
One sec. Actually, these two modules are they can be used externally in WordPress and internally within our application tracking system also.
Okay. No, yeah, but I guess what I'm asking is that, so a couple things I'd like to see with the IQ test right now. So what kind of genius am I? So can we take it? And then what do the results look like? And then because it's an engine, I want to know, how do I add in a new assessment? So I should be able to go in-wise. I should be able to scale many, many, many different assessments underneath there so that people get a really good idea of who they are, what their true name is.
Okay. Right now we are having one single assessment. You can add it in future. How many assessments we can keep on add those things in future. Okay. This is the basic. This is the basic integration with Laravel system, so that you can build more questions by importing more questions. Okay.
Do you have an import screen? So like, does the engine says, add new assessment. Here's the name of the new assessment. Here's the test questions.
Yeah. I mean, Subbu will show it now. Just
okay, perfect. Thank you.
I will stop sharing, and after that, Subbu will take. Subbu, if you hear us, you can start sharing your screen.
I know it's very late for the two of you. Thank you for being here with us.
Actually, we are having a network issue. Means he is having some network issue because
it's okay.
During night time.
Yeah,
everyone is working from home, right?
Yeah, we're patient. We're patient, and we love you. Okay. So what time is it for you? Is it midnight directly right now, or 11:54?
10:30 p.m.
Oh, it's 10:30. Okay, so that's not so bad. I still appreciate you guys being there.
Right, I will call her.
So we've really been slowing down on our hiring so that we can actually offer something of value that changes the way we do business. So rather than just hiring someone, it's what's your personal manifesto, what's your dream, what's your vision? How do we have people hire themselves so they work for themselves? They don't work for us, they work with us. So we're honoring the observer, everyone. So it's a real state of ultimate empowerment, and how do we create an ecosystem that allows for us to support and facilitate. And so that's what the engine is. And I can show you several different assessments that we've already lined out that can provide that. And there's a new one that's pretty cool. So just so that you know, Raj, while you're on the phone, there's a new blessing that we have. There's an agreement that we have between us and a company called Future Achievement. It's futureachievement.com. And what they have is clinically based psychometric assessments that allow for companies to benefit in 4 different ways. So if you go to futureachievement.com while you're waiting for Subbu, then you'll be able to see what they've got. They have something called a personal leadership effectiveness model, which is very nice. And they're working on organizational culture, talent acquisition, employment development, and employee retention. And then it's so important because the way we name things, so this future achievement, so they push revenue off into the future for 23 years. So they've never made any money. 23 years, 5 PhD guys, $1 million. That's it. And so they're asking for us to be able to bring them to market in a different way. And so, but they've got 23 years of content from 4 really smart people. And for them, it's a miracle. I can show you all their LinkedIn information that they've sent me, which is just lots of platitudes, you know, but it's very nice for us. And so all of this is faith-based, ancient scripture, ancient text that's going back to what is character really about, what is behavior about, what are attitudes and values and beliefs about, and then how do we align all of those to be able to live with greater integrity. And so that's what they're offering for us. So today they don't have an API for future achievement, but they've given us the opportunity to build their API and to import all their data. And so what's cool about this also is notice the terms PLE, personal leadership effectiveness. This is right in line with ISEC, so the AIESEC.org, and they're deploying 4 million people per year right now on the promise that they may develop some leadership experience. And so now what we can do is before and after every experience that we're offering to people. So before and after, we can do psychometric assessments and find out how effective that those experiences were in a person cultivating their own individual leadership. So very nice.
Fine. Subbu, you can start. I have switched the account.
So we really slowed down. On our hiring practices so that we could actually build a tool that's meaningful. And now, I'd say more than the wireframe is there. When he logged in just a moment ago, you'll be able to see there's some 15 or 20 different stages of all of the HR paperwork, all the accounting paperwork, everything's done. So you take a basic login, it's a basic profile, and it begins to populate all the government forms. Because all the government forms, you can put in your name and your social security number and the date and all that kind of thing. It's all pre-populated from that basic profile. You should never have to fill out another government form ever. Nobody should. So just my basic information and then magic. Very cool. So and then Eileen's cool. She found us the ISA, and then sometime today we have the executives from Marriott and also the executives from Sprint. They've been doing a competitive analysis of 2 different ISA income share agreements, which means that we can actually provide tools to
Bob, you can see
Yes.
it, right?
Yeah, we can see it. It's perfect. So these are the
Subbu, start from a WordPress job first.
contingent offer, the security paperwork, we have security engines and actually parse out government forms and then map them so that there can be no
This
inaccuracies.
is applying for any job out there, or
Well, it's for us
Or-
first, but
Yep.
then we're going to take this and then sell this vertically, right, or horizontally to other businesses. So for us internally, and then this is a new business model. So we'll be able to take this and then empower other companies to be able to hire in the same way. And then so to the extent that we're providing education, and so this is where we start off with your mission changes what success look like, right? What job you
So,
love.
okay. This is the job board from where we are starting right now.
Yes, thank you.
So let us go with job application process first.
Yes,
So here,
yes,
prepend on over. Prepend on over.
yes, perfect.
So
So
this
we
is
can
live now.
So it makes it
And
easy to see.
okay.
And
So-
probably want to do something here for us on the font. We want to standardize the font in the 3 different areas.
Please take notes. We can consolidate all those things and we
Yes.
can do it in.
And we need to
single
make
chat,
sure we have a call to action at the bottom. And then also, if I like this one where we can do this. We don't want it to be red though. We want it to be blue or green.
Okay. Okay. Let me make notes.
To accept a target rate.
Actually,
We're going to have people do an accept a target rate. We really need to be
Bob,
talking about what the target rate is right there. Yeah, I like the blue here. The red on the
Okay.
other page, not so much.
So regarding WordPress, we are going to implement thread skin, right? Thread scheme.
Yes, yes, and
At that time,
actually,
we can do all
Fred's
those
done
things.
such a good job. It's super sexy.
Okay, we will bring merge that in WordPress. So now we are not going to verify WordPress site. It is a old site. Okay.
Observe more as I request
So
that.
the whole WordPress thing will change when we implement all thread works inside WordPress.
And I think it
So
should.
this is dream message.
And the word "I deserve more." We want to change that. Everybody deserves more. We want to change that to "I require more."
Yeah, we can do it.
I'm going to
Can
record
we
this
can we
when we
create
finish
a,
recording. When we finish recording, the video will be on the thread for 1 month that you can go back and take a look.
okay,
The
okay.
big one here is I really want this combo. We got to add this one from Dream Property, Car, and House. They need to be able to add in their own dreams, whatever their label is, and then they can search it.
Yeah, it is possible. It is possible.
Yes, so I know that's the easy one. We just need to do that easy soon, okay? And so you do the search right here. And so you can say, hey, we want a villa or we want a Tesla or we want whatever. And then how long do we want to finance it out for? In the future, we'll be able to have an APR there, and then we'll be able to actually bring in other lenders that can actually match people. So say, hey, here's someone's dream, and then here's a way to be able to facilitate it, and we'll be able to earn money in the middle.
Subbu, go slow.
So there's your Tesla, there's your villa. What we don't have here, and he's going to do next. I have Kelly Blue Book, also Zillow.com. Have their APIs to be able to feed in for available listings. Okay. But then MSRP, market value, and sale price. So there are three. So we can have a range. And so.
So you're basically building a marketplace for people to kind of realize what it is that they want.
Of course.
Whether it's a house or education.
Yes,
or
100%. So vision dream board. And so it's honoring the observers. What do you see? What do you envision?
Mm-hmm.
How do you live your own life? And then here's a mechanism for you to do it. And then what's cool is that we can pay people. Yeah, so that one, I deserve more, needs to be I require more. I mean, I can work for less, accept target rate, and then bid now. So this one's a reverse auction. So if there's 30 people that want to go hang out on the beach in Hawaii, then they know that's the market value. They're not upset with us if they're making less money.
Mm-hmm.
So we always keep perfect rapport as people. And this is also what we're doing here, because if we have to negotiate rate,
Mm-hmm.
then someone feels like there's a winner or a loser,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to what's the win for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they realize, hey, there's 30.
So this is where
It's never
once again, sorry to disturb you. This
Your
is
own.
where skills of courses are integrated. So they can choose mapped skills from here. They can go to purchase area.
Okay, so but let's back up one screen real quick, okay?
That is in apply job. Once you select that bidding option, it will be redirected to stage 1.
Okay, so what we need to be able to do in the logic of this, okay, is that
Okay.
they need to be able to say, like, because remember we had the resume import. So the
Yes.
resume should say, oh, you have the skill, so you don't need it. Now, the other one is that in here, when they go to the process of proving their certification,
Okay.
right, and then they say, I have the certification, and you say upload it. If you don't have the certification to upload, then you say, please select and add to cart.
Okay. Here we will.
And then you can also say the third one is that skip this step for now, and go and find your own certification some other place.
Okay.
So
Okay. We can do it.
those are the three ways to do it.
Okay. We can do
Yes.
it. So if you select this as you already having the certification, then you can skip it.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have, you have to purchase it from Shopify.
Well, you can purchase it from Shopify, or they can go find it on their own.
Yeah.
So that's important. If we want this to be legally binding, we can't channelize people, or else if we do, eventually someone's going to get pissed off and sue us. So we just give them any way that they want to do it.
Okay.
Okay, and this is it just says there's more integrity in that. Also, this one right here, this quantitative achievement is too small of a box.
Okay.
It needs to be a box that can expand dynamically.
Okay. Okay.
Like down in the bottom right-hand corner, you should be able to see. Like if you click it, then it pops up and it sets like a modal, like an entire frame.
Okay.
So do you have the experience?
Yes, yes, we have
Yes,
it.
yeah, I like this, the experience. And so here, go back to one page. I just want to read it real quick.
Going back.
Yeah, so this one right here. So the experience level, journeyman, skill development, progressive skill development. I really like this. And the goal here for progressive skill development is that we should be able to tell the story about how that we got good at this specific job.
Okay.
Okay, and so if we have a supporting skill, then we can do like the MS Office. So if you want to add in another one or relabel it, that's okay. Progressive skill, I got you. So this one, this is not progressive skill development. Okay, this means I have a skill. So it's a binary thing, and then you're selecting the binary. So there's your binary tree. So we don't want it to be like that. I mean, you can say, do you have experience with this skill? Progressive skill development says, I did ANSI C, then I did C, then I did C#, then I did Java. That's progressive skill development.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Understood.
Okay, good. So that's where that needs to change. It's the logic of it, but it's just a small tweak, but we're in a good place. And honestly, the whole right side of the screen, it seems big and kludgy. Okay, so it seems like we should find a better way to be able to write this. Like maybe the do you have experience, maybe that's a big one right there. Like maybe we can find a way to make it smaller. Maybe like a vertical thing or something like that. Ah, okay, I see that. So then you turn it on. Okay, that's cleaner than what it looked like before. But even still, we need to do something. So we need to get Fred to see what he can do about this. All right.
Can we make it as 2 column? It is almost how can I say? You can make it as a form like a 2 column table view. Then it will be easy to.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and then you could do vertical for each of those, and then you can make it really small. So in my mind's eye, we have kind of like a small row, and then with each one of the fields, then it can explode a little bit bigger. The problem that we have with doing that is it mobile friendly? And so that's a concern. Before we go on, I just want to share with you the way that we have the field, the lookup field for progressive skill development right now. Clearly, it's the wrong label, but here's what's important. This is the same way that I want for us to have our cases screen, okay? So we're going to have a talent competition, and we're going to do a leaderboard. And the 5 columns are going to be knowledge, ability, certification, education, and skill. And they're going to have the 5 columns, and for each one of the skill that they do, like this one, the progressive skills development, okay, you can have the lookup table, or we can have a whole list or a grab bag, okay? Have a grab bag, and then you say drag over and be able to build each one of these columns, okay? So I have a skill or an ability or a knowledge or a certification or an education in these different areas, okay?
Okay.
In the future, we're going to add personality traits that support it. But for right now, just cases, K-A-C-E-S, so we can pronounce it. Okay?
Here you can
So this one,
those.
look, I love this. This is the part right here, right? This is the inject where you say the certification. So upload it. If you don't upload it, then you should say add this to cart. This is the screen where you invoke the Skillsoft. You understand?
We can move it.
Yeah, but I just wanted to share with you what's been in my mind because it's logical that way. You get me? You have it, you upload it. If you don't have it, okay, then you can add to cart, or you can skip it and have it from someone else.
Got it.
And then we need to put some text in there that says, if you don't have it or you don't get from someone else, you're not going to get this job, right?
Okay, we can do it.
Okay. And then later we should ask the follow-up, when is okay for, if you select to get your certification somewhere else, when can we follow up with you about this? Or when do you plan to follow up with us? You know, when do you plan to achieve or to get this? You know, so they can skip it, but we should still ask the question.
Okay.
So you understand that by moving, you know, beyond this or skipping this step, that you will no longer be eligible until such time as you get your certification.
Okay, we can add all those notifications.
This is the job application. Now, in here, in this job application stuff, when do we get the parser from from our chili sauce? When does the parse from the resume come in and pre-populate this area?
Resume parsing? It is disabled here. This is development mode, right?
Yeah, I got you. I'm just saying, but eventually we need to test the R Chili soft parser to have it pre-populate that.
We can do that when we merge both version 1 and version 2 together.
Good. Then the next one is we hired a company called Vultus, Vultus, okay? And then so Vultus, they used to use R Chili and they fired R Chili. Then they made their own parser, okay?
Okay.
So maybe Vultus will share their parser with us and the API, okay? And then we can have some kind of integration. It should save us some time.
Okay.
So then you applied for the job. You send to the known recruiters, which is cool, so that we can have affiliate links that allow for people to get revenue. So then there's a revenue engine that doesn't require for us to do.
Okay.
Yeah, so this one right here, this is a goofy looking thing. I don't understand how this one works. I'm confused by the screen.
This is a summary view.
Okay, but it doesn't say review. Nothing says review here.
No. Subbu, scroll down. Okay.
Right, you get what I'm saying?
No, what this is like getting all the details for PDF signature.
Right. Yeah. That's very good. I'm just saying that up front it says apply for a job, which in American and English, what it means is that there's some action here. So if we're saying you must agree that you're going to provide all of this information, then we need to tell people up front, hey, this is what we need for you to do. This is the overview, right? So this is our process overview. Please prepare all of your documentation to support this process.
Yeah,
that's
for this
an
only
okay
we
thing for us
share a
to do.
sheet, right?
Yeah, we can see the agree. It's just up top, we need to go through into the pre-pin. We need to talk about before what it is that we're seeing. Or else I believe that I have some action. It's going to frustrate me. I'm going to click on every single bold and every circle, and it's going to piss me off.
Okay. Actually, this is the summary view of previous forms.
Yes, well, we just need to be clear in what that means. That's all.
Okay,
I like
okay.
it. It's possible, right? It may also be a waste of a click, but that's okay too. We'll figure out the workflow. At least it's nice to see functional.
Understood. On that part, we need your assistance. Please provide us all those contacts so that we can add it.
And right. And then also the other part of that is for me, look, I talk. I'm a verbal guy. I can write too, but it's better for me if I'm going to write, then, I can do one writing at a time because I got to shift gears. And then we should talk about what is the writing that you need. And then I can block, half hour, 1 hour, and then I can make sure that the writing is good. And if we have 100 of those, then expect it's 100 hours, but also probably it's going to be with you and I, or maybe with me and the team, or maybe with Berkeley, or maybe Berkeley's a very good writer. Maybe we'll have Berkeley give this a shot.
And I can work with him.
Okay, good.
To get all those things.
Yeah, he's a very good guy to work with.
Okay. So at least 2 hours, 1 hour, we can meet together and update all those things. So this is where the resume parser is coming in.
Bring this in. So you
In
basically.
what format is the resume required to be in?
What formats can we use? Isn't it Word and PDF? Does it parse them both?
Yes,
As long as it's not a flattened file.
docx and PDF.
There you go. So, but it would be like if you do a flattened PDF and it's not scannable, so it wouldn't pull that. But outside of that, it should work just fine.
What was the first one?
.doc, .docx, and then also .pdf.
.cx?
Huh?
What was the second?
PDF.
I got the PDF. What was the middle one?
.docx. It's just a new version of doc. Yeah. So, and then later we want to change the echo sign fields, okay? Like they don't need to know we're using echo sign, number one.
Okay.
Yeah, and then if we're going to change it to hawk sign, then it wouldn't be accurate anyway.
Yes. But
Yeah.
right now we have not integrated Hoxini, right? It is not completely ready.
Right. Yeah, I know. But it's just that kind of thing when we talk about the naming, like it's good for us because it makes sense when we're in development, but we go to production, we need to change that. Which also is like the John Doe form. Like I brought in a woman last week and she was very upset that we had a form called John Doe. She said, why isn't it Jane Doe? Or why is it, sexist? I was like, honestly, somebody else named it at the CIA. Like I didn't name it, somebody else did. We've just been using it. And so, But for us, we should find the different name. And I gave a couple suggestions, and you probably have already changed that. But it's just
Yeah, we did
the
it. We did it.
principle. Yeah, good. Thank you.
Okay. It is in backend actually.
Perfect.
Okay. When we merge all those things, it will all the changes will be reflected in production side. Don't worry about it.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay. This is summary review. Once this is for Zoho Assist purpose. So
That's
when
right.
we assist someone, we can use this page to correct all those things.
Right. And honestly, for each one of these, we probably want to have like a box around that, because it flows in, for each mandatory skill, we should have like a table box, and then so I know that if I have
you want
multiple,
border.
yeah, we should make some form of color. It should be a color, or it should be an actual, line box, something. And then in here, like I'm just going to share with you that what we'll do in the future when we parse this out is the candidate skills. No, here, go back up real quick. Scroll up. Okay.
Up.
Every single time that we have one phrase or one comma. So extensive knowledge of blockchain technology is one mandatory skill. Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and other could be a sub one. Okay. And then various consensus protocols. Those are at least 2 or 3 different mandatory requirements, even though it's in one. The familiarization with blockchain, like Hyperledger, Ethereum, R3 Corda, Ripple, all of that, those are individual requirements. So it needs to be parsed out. And then what you would say is, do you have experience with Hyperledger? Yes or no. Do you have experience with Ethereum? Yes or no. And then that's when we would activate more of these. And so I get for our demo purposes that we put it all into one. But the reason that we're using the RChili parser is so that we can take in a statement like this, and then for every statement or phrase or comma delimited value set, then we need to parse it and ask all of these 5 questions. It says, do you have the experience? How many years of experience? So when it says experience, it's ambiguous. We need to put in there years of experience, and it would be years. So if you have Hyperledger, yes, then how many years of experience with Hyperledger? If you did,
actually,
if like your life was only Hyperledger, then you could say I'm an expert in 2 years. But anybody else should be saying, hey, I'm a novice because I didn't put in 10,000 hours into Hyperledger.
Okay.
So
Actually,
this
you
is
can
this is
configure
this
all
is the
those
reason.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can configure all those things in while creating job. But
Yes.
this job is created like this in single line. They dumped
I
all
agree.
those things.
I'm not picking on you, just for the recording. I'm adding it so that we can make sure we clean it up. Yeah, it's for the recording purposes only, and make it easier so that, yeah. But all of this is very clean. I like what I'm seeing here on the left and right side. Okay, so is the professional summary, and then over here. Now also, these types of input boxes have to change because we need the right side click that it's going to make it expansive.
Yeah, that thing we can do it.
Yes, of course.
Okay. So this is where the
And then you
Zoho
scroll
Assist
up a
will
little
come.
bit. It's okay. So, yeah, just go back real quick. I just want for Esther to be able
Go
to
back.
see in the middle. Yeah, just go back one and just scroll through the whole page slowly. So, and then go ahead and scroll down. Yeah, let's get to the next section. So each of these will be parsed out and have their own. And there's the education certification. There's the proof of certification. And then here is the educational information. So you can add your degrees and the completion date. And then, also, hey guys, we need to add in there. Here, scroll back up just a minute for the education.
Scroll up.
Yeah, so you do have the institution name. Now that's good. Okay, that's what I needed to make sure.
Okay, it is there.
Yeah, I was just looking for IIT.
Okay.
All right, brother. That's good. You can go to the next one.
Okay. Subbu, next page. So all those PDF has been disabled for now for testing. So you can see that echo sign here.
Yes.
Okay. So Subbu, you can directly go to, you can click next. So once Hawk sign is integrated, we can demo all these things again. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
So this is the security XML parsing that.
Yes.
This one you asked last time, right?
Yes.
You can see it in action.
Yes. Thank you. Later on, guys, when we go through and we sell the software, each of these different modules is going to be its own feature that people can subscribe to.
Okay.
And then it's important when we bring this one in, we need to be able to set up an encryption, and we likely need to be able to set up an auto shredder.
Okay.
Which means the delete of the file has a timer. So we're going to encrypt someone's private information, and after we're finished with it, then it gets deleted. So the protection and the removal of the data after we're finished with it, it needs to be a feature that we can make sure happens. Because this one right here, I'm really pushing the envelope for what's allowed in America. And then the words that we need to use when someone uploads the XML file, we need to say that, you're voluntarily uploading a copy of your own information, and you allow for us to utilize this for your own benefit and in matching up your files to save you time, and that you agree that when you're finished with utilizing these tools that you're going to delete the information. And we just put it back on them. So then there's the dashboard that shows, what we're doing through the different jobs that we have.
Okay.
Accept application for.
So it
This
is
is very nice. I like this. Yes. Okay. So this is the relatives form. Yes. Oh, good. And it populated the relatives. Yes. From the equip.
Yes, yes.
Yes, that's so nice. Thank you. Now here, foreign travel. This is the one that's important for us with the time frame. Okay. So notice right here that you have a departure and arrival time. Okay.
Okay.
And then right here, you have a city, okay? And then it shows an arrival time. Notice there's a gap there, okay?
Okay.
So you have so January 3rd to January 4th. And then you have this one, which is 11/30/01, okay? To 2 years later is what it shows. Now notice that what I'm saying is there's a gap between the dates. It's actually 10 years between the two different visits. So if there's 10 years between the two visits, we must have a different instance where we can say fill in the gaps where you were between this time.
Oh, okay. Then we need
Does that make sense?
Build an algorithm for that.
Right. So that's the important part. The whole reason that we're doing this import is because if there's a gap in this field between visit 1 and visit 2, I can get fired and lose millions of dollars.
Okay.
So this is the very, very big one. That
so what is the minimum gap? Minimum gap need to be.
No, there is no gap. It is 1 day. So if you land on 2/7, then you have a place that you landed on 2/7. That's it. And then you are there from 2/7 until the next place. If you have from 2/8 until the next place, then that's fine. But for this one, the person says you need to account for 10 years of your life between these two trips.
Okay. Okay. So we will add some algorithm to check all those things, and we can add some fields.
Right. And basically, and that's just what we're looking for, is just between the two. Then you could have a button that says add foreign travel between each of these. So the button for foreign travel needs to go, after each section, because you can add, and even if you're in two places, you could still add some more.
Okay.
So so for each section, we always put the add travel button there, and the rule. So this is the only rule that I'm requiring for our entire website right now, is that the dates have to be contiguous. They have to say from this date to this date, and you must give an account from that second date, between the second date and the next entry. We have to provide accountability.
Okay.
And then also for this one, as we go back, there are some basic ones that we should have on the forms, right? Like, so the military stuff. Actually, can you go back just real quick?
Subbu, can you go back to that military one? Yes, military form.
So with this one, here, no, scroll back up just a little bit. So this one is relatives and associates with government and military service. Okay, good. So then this is not requiring a specific set of people. I just needed to refresh my memory. That's fine. That's fine. So, and then also, No, here, and we know, but eventually we need to make sure we're not parsing this wrong. Notice that the first two relatives say relationship is two mothers, so typically you're not going to have two mothers unless by marriage. I mean, it's okay. We're just saying if we're parsing this from the SF-86, we need to make sure that it parses the right way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. So just something for us to take note of later on. And then you can go to the next screen yet.
Okay. Subbu, carry on. Next one.
And so in the difference between the first one, the first profile is really, the first profile is only so that we can do the resume import, we can do the contingent offer letter, we can do the rate negotiation contingent offer letter.
Okay.
So let me go back through. So the first profile, if we can pull over from LinkedIn, great. If we can pull from Facebook, great. If we can pull from a resume, great. Okay, that's our creation.
Only resume is available now. We need
Right.
to.
So we start that one, but the streamline process, to hire yourself in 5 minutes or less, then this one is NDA, LOI, negotiate rate. So pick job, negotiate rate, and then COL. So those are the steps for the hire yourself in 5 minutes or less. Okay. And so we want to have a streamlined way to do that. Here on the extended profile, the purpose of the extended profile is to pre-populate the rest of the government forms, which are the echo sign fields.
Yes.
And we should describe that to people, which is by filling out this one-page overview, this will pre-populate all of the forms and make it easy for you to finish this process in a timely way.
Okay. We can add that notice on
Yes.
top.
And then the next one is once they get to the form for the government, okay, you don't want them to blame Subu or yourself for messing up their form. So when they get to the form, they need to be able to click and edit the data for all of the fields that were pre-populated. All pre-populated fields must be editable. They can be pre-populated, but they all have to be edited. And then each document needs to stand on its own so that when they click submit, then because on one form, maybe they say their name is Bob, and one form they say their name is Robert. Okay? And so it's important to be able to let those legal determinations be made by the person.
So this is how we change the name, John Doe, John Han.
Yeah. And we'll rename the stage because John Hancock forms, veteran status forms, those should probably be two subsets, or maybe stage 8 will be John Hancock. Yeah. And then maybe the other one. Yeah, I got you.
This thing you can control it from back end.
And then also, so like in this one though, what's confusing to me about this for stage 7 is that we have 10 different forms for stage 7. What I would like to see is that if there's stage 7, and I get they're here, but we should also have them over on the top navigation as well. So which we should say stage 7 has, one of 7 documents.
Okay. But
right?
previously you asked to remove it, right? We had some tabs because of
and maybe it just means that we put in there and we say, John Hancock or W4 is step 2 of 7. And actually,
that was not mobile friendly. Is it okay? It won't be mobile friendly.
Yeah, programmatically. So if you stay stage 7 on the left-hand side, programmatically put it in the same box on the right-hand side. So write justified. You want to be able to say form 1 of, because that's a simple program thing. Form 1 of 7. And then that way I don't have to have people do the labor for it. So programmatically on the right-hand side in the same box, so it says EOR reference check is on the left side. And then on the right side of the same box, say, this is form 1 of 7, or whatever it is, 1 of 5. Yeah. So that just way it keeps people knowing what they're doing. Like stage 8 here, we should say, this is step 2 of stage 8. Okay, and then we can use the word step because it'll be more uniform for all of our stages. So stage 8, step 3. This one, stage 8, step 4.
Okay, we can do it.
Yes.
Noted.
So it just runs through all the forms. Is HR, retirement, health insurance, medical, emergency record, all of that. This basically removes us from needing to have any HR personnel So instead of having a huge HR staff, staff. What he showed you before down here, this one right here, is we actually have people that are going to be able to log in and then through the web browser without installing Zoom or anything else like that. You just click that one and you can walk them through the process, see where they're stuck, answer their question, and say, hey, do you see this one? No, it's a little bit further down, or do you mind if I take your cursor? And then you can click it for them, that kind of thing.
All the other things are same, Bob. Can we go to IQ test?
Yeah. Let's move beyond it. Yeah, I get the idea. Skip for testing. And also we can't say the word test because it's illegal to test someone for IQ. We can only say assessment, or we can say what kind of genius am I as self-discovery. And we need to put the ability for someone to skip. Okay. Okay. So instructions and then questions and result, and then click here to see result. Why are we signing out? Do we need to sign out? Can we see the?
I think she will do it from different window, the IQ test.
All right.
So we need to avoid catchy, right? That is fine. So this is from front end. This will be like landing page for generating leads from here.
Yeah. What kind of genius am I? And what are my natural strengths? See, that's a beautiful way to be able to say it. Okay. And then must work. And we'll need to make this in better English. So, subject and predicates. And then the instruction should be in a better font. And Fred can work on that too.
Okay. Yeah.
And we would want to pre-pen that with saying, hey, this is for your benefit. Here's the reason. This is what you can know. This is a good thing for you. And then there's a timer on it. And so the timer actually gives you a function of agility and aptitude. So the faster you can finish it, then the more that spatial score goes up.
So this is validation?
Yes, that's very good. I saw it. Thank you. And for me, what I'm looking for is I want to be able to have a place where I can say, add in a new test, and it's going to put it right inside of whatever stage that is.
So you can also have 3-4 multiple choices.
Right, and we may want to just call the section self-discovery.
Okay. Everything is configurable from backend.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
For testing, what we did is we did random categorization. It won't be correct. Don't worry about it. We can correct it afterwards.
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
And another one thing is copyright issue. Please take care. This is exactly the iqtest.com question. We need to change it.
Yes.
So we can at least change some wordings and re-import it.
Yeah, and if you look at that spreadsheet, the one that we've been putting all of the video links on, if you look in the next tab, I got like 50 different psychometric evaluations that are open source and free. And we use those, plus we use this other one, the merit character one. It's going to be really good for all of us.
So this is how we are going to capture IQ test candidates as applicants. So when they come to apply job, we will check whether they did the IQ test already or not, and we will display the results in staging. Wow. What happened?
There's a certain grace period afterwards.
Still debug mode is on. Okay.
So the cool thing, guys, is that we're going to set up a call with Finzik and another investor. His name is Fernando. He's a real estate guy. He wants to create a barter and trade place, so then we can have more options, for how people can pay for things, which basically leads into the internship stuff.
So this is how the report is generated now.
Algebraic. Yeah, this is a nice way to be able to do it.
Subbu, little
And
bit.
also, but actually, let me just go with those kind, there's nothing wrong with this from showing strengths.
Okay.
The other one, though, is that we should also use the bar graph, okay, which actually would then show, very much like the screen that you showed me before, the one that they have at iqtest.com.
Pie chart. You want pie chart on the right side?
No, I like pie chart. So this is I like this one from strengths. So this can show someone visually, hey, you're really good at short-term memory. You're really good at spatial, right? And then so in the future, we want to be able to have education for, hey, here is, some type of tool that you can have to improve logical. Here's a tool you can have to improve algebra. Here's a tool that you can go through and do, and maybe it's fun, but we also want to have it's the horizontal one, right? The one that goes out and it says, hey, I've got a little bit of logical and I have a lot of spatial, and then I have a little bit of algebraic and I have, a little bit less of some other thing. You want to be able to see this bar graph. So this one right here can go strength summary. That can be on the right-hand side. On the left side, we put the bar graph.
Okay.
And then also, we don't need to go down 3 numbers. So if you have a general IQ is 43, right? It doesn't have to be 095. You can just go 43% is fine. Or, 43.9% or round up, but you can just go 2 digits is fine.
Okay. Subbu, generate certificate so that we can see that.
Yeah, and then also we know that we need to have
there is
logic,
one more
right?
step. Here you can have all those. Means we are going. Yeah.
Good.
This
Yeah,
is blank
this is pretty,
certificate.
yeah, we want to do a watermark on the back of this and make it.
Yes. It is.
elegant.
It is not yet done. We have it already.
Yes. Oh, you're so good. Thank you. And then, but we want to go back one page. Yeah, go back to that one.
Subbu.
So look at the logic here for under arithmetic. Okay. So your score of 30 is not significantly different than your general IQ score. So if there's going to be words like this, we need to put in there programmatically what is statistically significant. So we're missing some logic right there. Okay, where we need to say if it's 5 points, if it's under 10 points, it's not statistically significant. If it's 10 points or more, then it's 1 standard deviation for every 10 points.
Okay.
And we can write that, so hey, is 1 standard deviation from your other skill. That's perfectly fine to say. So for every 10, we need to make sure that we're saying it this way.
Okay. Subbu, can you go to reports so that we can see how the reports is working? Reports and notification link changes. Backend.
And then right there, we also use inside of the strengths, which is, would you like to build on this strength? And then they can add to cart. You get what I'm saying? Which would then invoke another instance of Shopify.
Okay, notification. Can you go to notification first? Bob, this is clickable now, okay?
Yeah, there's a dashboard for any person that's going to get one.
Bob?
Yes, I'm here with you.
Yeah, this notification is clickable now. It will land to exact.
Oh, thank you. Well, you make me happy. I'm so happy that you're the PM. Thank you, Subbu. Good job, buddy.
Okay, next is reports.
Thank you.
So, in reports also all the changes have been made.
Can
Go
you
to
show,
Jando.
Let's click through them real quick, though. Is that okay? I want to see what the pixel perfect reports. I want to see what they look like.
Okay. Generate a report now.
So we went from John Doe report to resume responsiveness.
This is that preview section. You can download it as MS Doc. Okay, please.
Okay.
This is a Linux system. It may look little different, but it will be okay in Windows system. Okay.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, perfect.
Exact same
and then
template.
here, just so you know, in here, the idea is 2 solutions. That's a CIA term, and L3 doesn't exist. So we need to do is to actually, before we sell this, we need to have the logo that we can insert and that will pre-populate this template. So
we can do
so
it.
for any one of our customer, we need to say, is this going to that customer? Okay, and then we can insert the logo for that customer.
Yeah, for that we have some questions like which logo should come here.
Yes, exactly. And so we need to put that in the workflow. We ask that question of the person using the software. Okay?
Okay.
Good. Yeah, if you have the question, I have the question, put it in there. The website can answer it, or someone using the website. It's user specific.
Okay.
And it
So
can't
for
be part
EOR,
of-
where we are going to load all these logos.
But this, honestly, this is a very good format. Is there a way, because this is so beautiful, guys, can we use this same format? Can we get the web page to look like this pretty version?
Which web page?
Like what you see is what you get. I mean, I want to see this pretty on the website with that cascading style sheet.
Yeah, we can do it. Previously, we had
Thank you.
HTML version, right?
Thank you, thank you.
So, this candidate applying.
Okay, Subbu, next report.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah, that's the end.
all the 4 reports are ready now.
We're seeing this, and the candidate's probably seeing this. We want that experience to be aesthetically pleasing. That creates a better user experience. And can we do fast as we type? I don't want to have to hit enter if I don't need to. Can we do fast as we type filter?
Ajax loading is in queue, not yet completed.
Yeah, I
don't
got
have-
you. Yeah,
we will
eventually we want to go to fast as you type for everything on our website.
So this is military and government report.
Yeah, eventually we want to put spaces in there too. And so there's a little bit of tweaking.
Yeah.
And then also, yeah, for this one, clearly we want that same cascading style sheet to look like the pixel perfect report. Which you'll see, this is the grid. It's going to
Actually, UI team was not involved here, so all those things are missing.
Yeah,
We
I
will
got you.
Involve them in
And,
next.
again, not a complaint, just, it's on the recording so that we can have people go back and fix it later. Or upgrade it.
Shortage of-
Use the word upgrade, not a mistake, just a progressive development.
So this is the military.
Yes, and then for here, on the Pixel Perfect, because
Yes, it is there.
No,
I will
just
send you the report
Yes,
after
yes.
the demo. You
Here,
can
just give
verify it. If any correction is there, let us know.
Yeah, so here, just real quick, okay? On this one, the Pixel Perfect, okay, the way this needs to be, it needs to have all of the rows. It needs to fill up the one page. Even if they're blank, it still needs to be set so that the number of rows is always taking the one page. Even if it's 4 ones that are empty, we still need it to look like, because here's the thing. They did not give us permission to change this. Basically also for official use only. And then it says right there, we're missing, it's only OR, that needs to change. Okay, it needs to be a space and then for official use only. It's probably a space and then like another / or something. Or maybe it's just duplicative, I don't know. We need to go back to the original one and find out why the green top words are messed up. First one. Second one, we need to make sure that the grid, the table, that it has the rows that fill up the pages in a static way.
Actually, you can resend that those doc template. This
Okay.
is easily replaceable. It is configurable and at the
I
the
agree
back.
with you. I'm just sharing because we did not. And this one right here, this page needs to look like the other one. Same thing, pixel perfect. What you see is what you get. So there's a
Okay.
level of cohesiveness between our site and our reports.
Subbu, note this as UX changes under UX task.
Yes.
Subbu will note it down. No.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So
Again,
next
because
report.
look, if we modify their form, they'll reject it and try to fire me, and I'll lose millions of dollars.
Okay.
So that's why we use the word pixel perfect. It has to be exactly perfect.
Those WAD documents are 3 years old, so we need latest one.
I know. And maybe there's a new pixel perfect engine that's better.
Yes, get those things. We can implement it.
Yes, of course. So these forms right here,
Go ahead.
it's the only thing that we can really get fired from. If these forms aren't right.
So once the demo is over, I will send all the 4 reports. You can verify it against Pixel Perfect.
The form says one, and then another one. Not fraud, but they can get you on forthrightness, or they can get you on gross ambiguity, or we're intentionally trying to mislead the government. So no one actually has an engine that will
This
take
is relatives report.
care of them. So this is very cool.
Can you see it?
This, yes. Yeah. See this one, the green up there, that looks better. That's probably right. But the other one had the mistake on the green.
Okay.
Also, same comment here, which is that we need to have all of the rows to fill up the entire page.
Okay. Actually, the document had only 2 rows, it seems. Okay, we'll do it. We
Yeah,
can verify.
just the source document. Because yes, no reason to belabor the point. Thank you.
So anything else, Subbu?
And then this one needs to clearly look like the pixel perfect form. Everything should have integrity because we get too many things that we have to look at unnecessarily, it's a pain in the ass.
Can do it. This is where we are going to manage costings and categories. So
Yes.
import costing option is there, add costing option is there for
Yeah,
manually adding.
right, but this is what I need though, right? For this one, okay, is I need us to be able to say so it's questions for assessment 1, questions for assessment 2. So what we need to say is to invoke another instance of this, right? The same way we can have many different forms. Yeah, that's very nice.
Okay, actually,
So-
right now it is only for one test.
I know.
We have to add more test options in here.
Yes,
Okay, we
right.
can do
That's what
it
I'm
then.
saying. Yes.
Okay.
So that's
So
one
this
of
is
the
our import option, and
Yes.
you can easily import that CSV.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah, everything that we're doing should always have the principle of extensibility. If it's not extensible, it means we didn't design it for selling it to some other company. You know I'm trying to make money for you guys, right?
Yes. Okay, this is regarding the question. Zubu, can you? Okay.
Also,
yeah,
this one's
is man-
ugly.
Yeah, this is one for manual one.
Yeah, we want this to look prettier in the future. So this is the question.
Once again, this is purely
we did-
developer works, no UI UX persons involved. So
Yeah.
it will be like raw skeleton.
Yes, yes. So the nice thing is that if you look on the spreadsheet, there's one that has 200 questions, and it will give us 8 different reports, which is very cool.
Okay. Yeah. So final thing we need to do is the roles, users, and groups. You have to give us a complete list of roles. It is long pending requirement. Once you
Yes.
give those roles, we can easily define it here in Laravel. After that, there will be no confusion with roles and access.
Good, yeah. So some of this that we're looking for is, and we've done this several times before, but I've got a basic list and we can write them out, but just to describe them, okay? So we have a website visitor as one role, okay? Then we have a registered person, right? So this is a website visitor who's registered. And then we have a candidate, someone who decides that they want to look for a job,
Okay.
okay? We can also have the registered user that can have access because now they have an account. And then so the registered user can then take the assessments and things. And we need to decide, if we're going to charge for the assessment, and then also if they're going to work for us, then we can include them for free. And then so we move on. So from the registered candidate, then they become a candidate, and then they're going to go from the candidate, and we don't need to make a new role for this, but either they're going to be in the pipeline to get a job, or they're going to be on the bench to be able to get a job, or we're going to have rejected them and they're still going to be in our database with the opportunity for us to hire them later. And eventually, maybe if there's a person that we already know, which maybe they weren't forthright or maybe they got fired, and that, we'll know, hey, this is a person not eligible for rehire. So those are statuses underneath the given role. And then so they're not a role themselves. But then you go from candidate, ideally, you're going to go to employee. Then we're going to have, so employee is a role, candidate's a role, employee is a role, the manager is a role, the tech screener is a role, the FSO, so the security officer or assistant security officers. Yeah, those are
HR
roles.
structure we need it.
Yeah, and then HR is a role, HR assistant is a role, admin assistant is a role, IT is a role, okay? The installer is a role, and the recruiter is a role, and the affiliate is a role. Okay. And then the human capital officer is the role. Okay. So those are the roles that are in the top of my mind right now. Those should be able, and then on the manager side, you're going to want to be able to have, and there's a customer side. So you have customer side, you have client side, in case you have 2 of them. Okay. And then, so those are different roles. So that way they can log in and see the candidates we're presenting. And we want to have an auto suggest, which is, oh, if you like this candidate, you might also like these other candidates. So these are a few of the different roles that we want to be able to have, but there should be a deputy PM, a PM. So those are two different roles.
Okay.
And then we
So,
should be able to
this is
have
the-
a core, a co-tar, a CO, and a KO. So those are different roles. Okay. And so, yeah, so that's good. Then you should have a department manager, a section manager.
Another
should
one
be
thing,
enough.
Bob, regarding the Shopify courses, we used first video thumbnail as the images. So we
Yeah.
have to replace all those things with a new graphic design manually.
Yeah, that's
Someone
good. But you know what
90
I'm liking? Look, it says Six Sigma, cool stuff, process. Very nice. Yeah,
Subbu, can you show all those other courses? Next page, Nathan. Subbu.
And on Shopify, we can change that, right? The view, it doesn't have to always be big icon. We could put list, right? We can make it a list view. And then here, this type of slider where it goes 1 to 10 is really a stupid slider. We need to go through and to upgrade that so that we can show every one of the 10. And then also, so we can.
Shopify theme, I don't know whether they are giving option to change this. If
it
it is there, I can do it.
Right, good. And then you know about like searching through the courses, so we should be able to filter on the courses, hopefully as fast as you type.
Okay.
So, and then, you know, if we wanted to put in go to page number 4, then we could put 4 as opposed to click next.
Then we need to go premium theme.
Okay, that's fine.
This is like a free theme, default
Good,
free
good.
theme. We can go with a premium theme.
Get excited about that?
Not reading titles.
You should.
Uh,
Microsoft, Oracle, Amazon. Yeah, very good stuff in here. CCNP is in there.
Cool.
Yeah, MCSE right there.
All the 90 certifications are available. Only 90 certification available in Skillsoft. All those
Okay.
things are not, yeah.
All right. Well,
Other
and then
things
I
are
know that they
tiny
had like they've got some like supporting classes, and then what they're going to have as well is that once we activate this, there is a book library called books24by7.com that they're also providing us access to, and then there also is a video library they're providing us access to, and then some of these actually have an in-person instructor-led boot camp. And so we need to be able to look at that. Like, look, CCDA, there's computer security one that was there.
When you say they, who's that? They are giving us, whether.
Oh, when I say they, I mean, so we purchased and entered into a VAR agreement with Skillsoft. And so Skillsoft has 300 classes that are available, 300,000 classes. Skillsoft has,
Bob, do you want to verify the checkout portion?
yeah, let's go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, please go to add to cart. Yeah, finish. Subbu, actually test mode is on, so we have a cash on delivery.
Sure, yeah,
on.
that's fine.
Okay,
sure.
because we can't use a real credit card.
Right. And then eventually in this process, because it's going to be slipstream where we're going to invoke it when, you know, you give an assessment and someone wants to grow for their individual assessment. And then when they need it to be able to get a job, those are the two things that are going to invoke this instance. Yeah, this is very nice.
So store is not published, it is like a password locked. No one can do it now. Once
Sure,
we
yeah.
go live, we can release it.
Sure. You know, and into the future, we're probably going to want to have some kind of branding that goes with on-ramp, you know, like education on-ramp, security on-ramp, you know, on-ramp to better security, on-ramp to greater education, on-ramp to better discovery, you know, and that's why you take the EOR, electronic on-ramp, and really play into it, which is also more common now that they have something called FedRAMP, FEDRAMP in America. So the idea of on-ramping on off-ramping contracts is something that's very good for us. So we just want to work with that with our UI, UX, and content guys, just to share with you.
Shopify, we need to design a theme, separate theme. We need to develop a theme. Maybe Fred can do it. I don't know.
Yeah, clearly, just as we move into the future. I've also got some guys from Marriott and Sprint. So Howard and Tim, they've already done some competitive analysis for us. Oh, But basically, when we get into the payment side of this, then we should be able to show, are you paying in advance? And then also, do you have a credit card, or would you like to do partially pay? You know, because there's actually partially PART.ly that can break it up into small payments. And we should be able to do, you know, some barter or trade. Should be able to
you requested to bring financial assistance here, right? We have not planned it. We need to plan it.
Yeah. That's what we want to be able to do. And
blend
then
Shopify procedure.
right, yeah, because if you don't have the money and you can't pay it, then here's borrowers or lenders, and that we're going to hook you up with, and then we get money for brokering that.
What we thought is we will skip this payment gateway itself. We will bring them to module. From there, we can track all those things.
Right. Yes. 100%. And then, you know, that would be internship, right? So if you're going to do an internship, or you're going to do a ISA, an income share agreement, like all of those things will become available there, right? So, so you pay it off, you break it up into payments, you borrow it, you work it off as an intern, or you do an income share agreement. You know, these are 5 different ways to be able to sell services or provide them. And then maybe there's another option with barter. So maybe the 6 ways.
Done. We already had gave you a video for all these things. Okay.
So we have UI UX people.
Okay.
HR in Philippines, and so there's some of the web development's being done in the Philippines, and that's where Richard's on the phone with us, seeing what's been done. Richard's the senior manager, and he's also Filipino. He's living in Bahrain, so it's good for him to be on here with us. Yeah, I like the orders and the analytics, and we should also figure out, you know, how to be able to do click through and click back, which is what we're going to need to do for marketing and affiliate tracking. I know you're going to do some of that when we do in the drip campaigns. So, and this is the reason also, so that you know, when we begin to do the drip campaigns, that's why we need to have multiple assessments through Moodle, and that's okay because I know we can do it through Moodle directly. Is that we want them to click through, and I want to keep metrics on who opened it, who read it, who clicked through, and I want to have user engagement activities. So for each of those, like if we're going to do an email about character, like we want to do an email about integrity, then we should bring people in and have them participate in 2 or 3 exercises, and then we'll pay them for participating. So we want to reward people for doing self-development, and that way we get better user adoption. We want people to go through and say, oh, hey, you know, we just got an email about integrity, and I know I get to go through and make more money because I completed this, or more points, you know, and then we give leaderboards for who is the person that has been most successful with these activities. You know, maybe once a year we go through and we give a big prize for the person with the most points. In our industry that just gave away a Harley Davidson motorcycle, and so if you look at the math on that, you know, it's like, wow, such a big company. But if you had a guy who was already up for a promotion anyway, $5, you know, you write it off as a company, so maybe it's $13,000 or $15,000 or something like that. If you're going to give the guy $1,000 a month,
so this is a course player where
if you already,
users can start learning.
Kind of thing, and that might mean more for him depending on how you look, and so it could be a happier way for lower cost. A lot of good press about it.
Bob?
Yeah.
That's it for now. This is the course player where they can do all the courses, they can complete it.
Okay.
All those tracking details will be fetched back to Moodle.
Good.
Up to this have been completed. So once we plan that financial assistance,
yes,
we can integrate it with integrate it here, and we need to connect all those things with Suit CRM and our Laravel backend. Once this
yes.
is done, this system loop will be completed. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. This is training.
So next priority things, as I have noted.
Also, just before we go on, what we're going to need for us in management and finance is that we need the report that says this is how many people enrolled so that we can submit it, because that's how that we give accountability for payment.
All those things will be merged to Laravel when Moodle is not going to serve like a reporting system. Laravel will be the final reporting.
I got it. But you know, if it's 35 or 355 or 3,000, we need to know, you know, how many people enrolled, you know, and clearly there needs to be checks along the way to prevent that. And then
we can build a separate report module for that. So that so for HR users only Laravel. For Moodle it will be only for candidates.
Yeah.
So no HR will be no need to HR to log into Moodle. So we will bring all those reports to Laravel.
Good, yeah, because that's part of my contract with them, is I have to give them a report of new users per month that we need to pay for. And the way that the way the billing works is that every single it's everything. They sell everything for about $700. Oh. And so with that, that's why we said $999 for each of the classes, at least right up front. Okay. And because as soon as they pick one class, even if it's $100 class, we still have to pay the $700. So we don't want to be at a loss for $600.
Okay.
So I'm just sharing with you how the math of it works.
Okay.
You know, and how that we get them. We're going to get them involved, each candidate, into a bigger program, which is an intern program or share agreement, or if they pay for it, that's fine. You know, and then I did just share that with you about how that works. And my contract says every month I have to have my finance team send an invoice from us to Skillsoft, and then that lets them calculate it and verify it, and then we have to send a payment like 30 days later.
Okay. Do they provide any API for that?
It would be nice if they did. I think it's going to be a manual process where we export an Excel spreadsheet, and then we can just email it to them. So I think you and I can do that as a drip campaign, which is just attach the content or attach the report and mail it. Or I think that's something we can do in Suite CRM.
Suite CRM we can use it, yeah. Okay, Bob, can we ask Subbu to log off? It's too late for her.
Yeah, it's late, right? Are you finished? My brain's so tired, man.
I will stay here. Subbu, you can log off. Thank you.
Yeah, is there anything else you wanted to show us today? You feel pretty good about where we're at?
Almost in the agenda points, all the points have been covered, right?
Yeah.
So if you have any doubts, then we will make some videos for you guys.
Okay, it's very nice of you. Thank you so much. And so for Subbu, for what we're looking to do next is add in the multiple tests so that we can get those working, okay? And so that's the next big thing.
Next big thing is kbb.com and zillow.com integration.
Okay, all right, sure. Yeah, and then from there, we want to get to the place of being able to add in a few more assessments. And we're working on content over here too. And hey, just to share with you, talk with Finzik. Did you guys finish your CMMI Dev 3 yet?
No idea.
Yeah, so if you want to get certified to be able to get better contracts, we need to do that. So I'm starting the process now so that we get ISO, ANSI, and also CMMI certified. So I want to include you so that we can share more money together, okay? Okay, buddy. All right, let's talk soon. Thank you. I appreciate you taking time with me today.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a nice day. Bye.
Guys.
All right, very good. Hey, and then Richard, what do you think about what you saw?
Wow, I mean, that's amazing. I mean, so when is going to be launched?
Well, we're in beta right now. What's available is we need to actually do some content. So as soon as we have the content for the jobs, and we have a 16 degree of separation engine, and so that was good. So basically, if you look at the pop-ups for the job descriptions, there's little logos like Wikipedia. Right. So that way that we're only having one page, so we can put 17 paragraphs in one paragraph, and then we need to do the call to action. So I've got writers that were actually, there's a woman writer in Philippines. Her name is Asia.
Okay.
And so she's going to be working for us, and it's probably good that you guys speak. So she's in Manila. We have another girl from Luzon that's in. Her name is Dovey. And and then we have a guy named Fred. He's outside of Manila too. Where are you
Okay.
originally from?
Manila, yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, so with that, you guys should speak the same dialect then.
Okay.
And then but we're building a team, and to the extent that it should also be branding materials for you and also for what we're doing in Bahrain. And then
Right.
on the other side of it, do you actually have bookkeepers that are there with you, or are you just doing the software sales? I know you're doing ERP. Like you're doing the system sales and setup, or are you doing?
Crown Prince.
Are
You
you
know,
doing?
they basically help out the all the alumni to get
Yeah.
to apply for jobs for different companies internationally.
Okay.
And those are the things that the director are doing. And this is something that they could be interested with.
Yes, exactly. So that's very good. And so which director is that? Is that from Sage, or who's doing that?
No, no, that's directly from CCP, from Court of Crown Prince.
Oh yeah.
So they
Okay.
have a director for UK and director for US.
Yeah.
And what happened is like they help the students that they sponsor
Yeah.
or scholars to find a job, and maybe they can land in Microsoft and Google or elsewhere.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's good for us. So yeah, that's the idea is and then there's two companies you want to take a look at. One is called ISEC. It's AIESEC.org. They
Okay,
got
got it.
4 million people that they're deploying every year around the world for leadership experience and peacekeeping activities.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then their parents pay for it, or their student loans pay for it, and then they go and work in Germany for free, or maybe $2,400 a month. So like an intern. And then
Got
they
it.
get leadership experience or potential leadership experience. So I'm thinking if you got people with master's degrees that are volunteering to work for free, well, we should be accepting people with master's degree to come work for free.
Okay, I mean that we could able to push this to the EDB, the Economic Development Board here in Bahrain.
Yes, exactly. So there's part of how do we describe this? So we're going to need some collateral, which is like the sales slick, the normal sheet, okay?
Yeah.
And then we want to look at making you an instance of this same software so that you can have it specifically focus on supporting Bahraini activities.
Got it. That's great. Yeah.
So just sharing that, and then I was asking earlier. I know that you're doing the software sales for the accounting, and I know you're doing customization for the ERP and things like that. Are you also doing bookkeeping services and accounting services?
We don't have that license, but there are other special cases where our clients have a complete trust in us and want to do the bookkeeping for them. Although we cannot, of course, definitely do any kind of audit. And then we push them out to any of our local partners over here.
Okay. All right. So we probably want to find a smart way to be able to scale that side of the business. And
Right.
And now what do we need in Bahrain? Did you move over from our last corporation to the new kind? Like where are you at?
But no, what happened is like we're supposed to move to the new corporation. Our consultants advise us to dissolve the existing CR. Yeah. Since, as you know, that we are a foreign branch company, and we cannot do any sales. We're not supposed to do any sales. And so what happened is like they have basically a lawyer in the organization where it could able to help us to prevent any kind of losses from the government. So the best way, what they advise is to dissolve the company and basically produce a new one. So I said, all right. And then I'm keeping up all the documentations. But now what happened is like the only thing, according to the Ministry of Commerce and to the local banks over here, you have to be present in Bahrain at least for 2 weeks minimum.
So you need me to fly there?
Yes, but again, with all the travel ban, that's gonna be put on hold. It's like Bahrain is in lockdown.
I got it. And then the next one is once I fly to Bahrain for 2 weeks, then the next question is how much money do they need to be in the bank, in the Bahraini bank?
Right now, we only need about, well, initially it was about 20,000, but there's another rule that we could able to just put up 5,000 BD. That's about, give me a second.
Like 15 grand, 20 grand?
No, that's about, just give me a second. One more thing. I want to make sure I got this right. Yeah, that's right. About 15 grand.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So,
Yeah.
and then do you have 15 grand that you've been able to save away? Or
Yes, we do. But what happened right now, because everything is locked down and then all the projects are on hold, we have some receivables that we're expecting that I want to utilize it for our capitalization.
Okay, good.
But what happened is like now I do not know how long this lockdown is going to be.
Okay, that's fine. Well, we'll work through that. Just keep me up to date on what
Right.
needs to happen. And then also, did you ever finish your financial filings? for the
Yes,
last
I
couple-
think I can able to report back to you within a week or two.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think that should be fine, and then we should be able to sync everything and submit the report basically up to date. One thing, Bob, because due to the current status, we need to renew the CR. So I'm going to need the financials again to submit it online, the Ministry of Commerce.
That's fine.
Yeah, should I speak to Rana?
Yeah,
Should you send an email?
Email Ronnie and CC me. All right.
Okay, copy that.
All right, buddy. All right. Okay, well, that's probably pretty good for us. And then, yeah, make yourself friendly with the girls and with Fred, okay? And then if you know anybody else that's very good, you know, from a content writing or marketing or social media or something that we can have work to support Bahrain and America, you know, or local operations, then, you know, recommend them because right now is a good time for us to be paying 75 cents an hour or something, you know?
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. So probably we already got like 5 people in Philippines. We're probably going to build a team of 10. Okay.
Okay. All right. Copy that.
Something like $150 to $600 a month. Okay, per person. Okay.
Okay.
So that should be pretty good money there.
Right. That's true.
Okay. All right, buddy.
Okay.
Well, keep me posted. Okay.
Thanks, Bob.
All right,
Okay.
you too, buddy. All right. Hey, say hi to your wife and your kids. Okay.
Sure. Thank you. All
Okay,
right.
be well.
Bye for now.
Okay. Bye bye.